What's up, everybody? We're here in Montreal, actually on Descaries and Ferrier. There you go. So see, it's Ferrier and Descaries. On the other side, over there, yeah, the orange julep. So for those who want to come and train at Tristar, the headquarters of Tristar with Aiemann Zahabi, one of the best gyms in the world, and don't know how to go and get there. So here, follow me. So see, we got that restaurant over here. Then we keep walking. On the other side, we have a Scotia bank. So you keep walking. So that's the building. See, that's the parking over here. And that's the building. And it's on the 3rd floor. Okay, so follow me. And see, that's how it looks in the front. 5275, that's the main entrance for the Tristar. It's on the 3rd floor. Okay, so come with me inside and I'll show you how it look in the Tristar gym. All right, let's have fun. So I'm here with Aiemann Zahabi, a first round finisher. So let's see if I'm capable of surviving one round without getting KO.
3-minute rounds, but whatever.
Head kick right off the bat, let's go. I'm gonna call it. Je suis en train de filmer. Je vais dire, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. 30 seconds. Oh, hey. Time.
So, with Aiemann Zahabi, we know you're Ferrier Zahabi brother, but today we want to know who you are.
Yeah. Well, I'm a UFC fighter. I actually started out as a coach, Ferrier's assistant, early on in my career because I was coming to the gym right when I was starting high school to like prepare myself in case there was going to be bullies. So I learned how to defend myself so I could take care of myself at school. And as I was coming to train, I was getting really, really good. And I decided to, you know, like assist my brother in teaching classes. And then when he would go corner fighters, I would go and like hold the bucket and carry the towels. Actually, I used to carry Thierry's towels and bucket. Thierry is one of my mentors when I was a kid. So, you know, I started off like that, helping the fighters. And then eventually my brother was so successful and he had so many guys fighting that we'd have guys fighting in 2 different places on the same night. So I would be like the head coach for some of the guys when Frost was the head coach for another person at the same night in different parts of the world. So I began traveling a lot with him and doing that kind of thing. And then eventually I decided, you know what, I'm going to be a pro fighter.
So you were a coach,
Yeah.
and then how you had that green card of, okay, now I'm, you know, I'll stop being a coach in a way,
Yeah.
even if you're still helping people.
I still help the guys, yeah.
But okay, now I'm fighting. Now it's my time.
Well, I was doing school at the same time, and I was in University of McGill, and we were traveling so much. I was flying at least once or twice a month for either helping a guy in training camp. So if somebody was an American fighter in the US, they would need me to come out there and help coach or help be a sparring partner or something like that. Or I would have to go out to fly to corner someone for like the UFC or a different fight league organization. So my grades started taking a dip, and I was like 21 years old. So I went in Frost's room and I was like, you know, thinking maybe I go pro. Like I'm helping all these other guys be successful. Maybe I can do it. And he's like, you know, it's the best decision you've ever made. I told him, listen, I'll say if I don't make it to the UFC by 30, I'll go back to school. And I signed my first UFC contract at like 29 years old.
There you go.
Yeah,
Man. There you go.
It's at the limit, man. Right at the end.
But that's how it goes, you know. If you want to be successful or you want to realize your dream, you have to push it. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
You have to take a chance.
You have to take a chance, man. I love it. So it brings me to that question I had, and you kind of talk about it in a way. You're a dad. You're helping guys to train, and you're fighting as a professional.
Yep.
How do you organize your schedule? It's crazy.
Yeah, you know, like if you want to be successful in anything, you have to have a well-structured life. If every time the wind blows, you get blown around left and right, your life is going to be chaos, and you can never go forward in anything, because sometimes you're going left, you're going right, you're going forward, you're going backwards. So me, I know my nucleus. Like the most important thing is obviously I take care of my family, but in career-wise, fighting is the most important. So I don't let things get in between me and my training, right? So like, yeah, I miss out on events, I miss out on different things, and I have to travel and I have to do all these things, but I know my priorities in life, you know? So I make sure that I take care of my wife and kids, and I also make sure that I don't miss practice for no particular reason. Like it has to be very important and like, you know, extremely important for me to cancel a practice. So I always take care of my training, so that way when it's fight night, I'm ready. And when it comes to friends and stuff like that, the more I respect my training and my career, the more my friends and family respect my training and my career. The more I cancel my training, the more I cancel my things for them, the less they believe in my dream, right? So the more I believe, the more committed I am, the more committed the people around me are to my success in what I chose. So if you're someone who's flip-flopping on what you want to do, nobody in your life will take it seriously. No one is going to help push you towards that goal. But if they see you're serious and you respect your dream, they will respect your dream.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not skipping training. It's like somebody who goes at work. Like they don't skip work.
Yeah.
They have to work every day. You're training. You're a professional fighter. You have to train every day. Like you said, you have to have a big excuse to not go train.
Yeah, and it's also important to realize that Yes, you fight one. Let's say I fought like once this year, and yes, I got paid that one night. But it takes all year to win that fight in the first. Like the fact that I got the knockout in the first round, it's great. I'm very happy. I was ready for a 15-minute war, but it took a whole year of training to be able to be successful. If I trained 2 months and didn't train for the rest of the time, 10 months, I wouldn't be as successful. You know, I'd be like the average guy who's only 2 fights in the UFC as a career, or not even make it to. Average guy doesn't make it to the UFC. You know, like the UFC only has 500 people on the roster. How many hundreds of thousands of guys are trying to get into the UFC? You know, so like I do it like it's a regular job. Like that's my life. You know, so I live the fight life, but I think it's a beautiful life. Like obviously, fighters don't make a lot of money until they're in the top 10 or top 5 or world champions. But it's not always about money because I've traveled the world. I have very good friends, great networking. You know, and I've been able to create a life for myself within martial arts, and it's something to say that, you know, life is more than just about making money in the end too.
Yeah, because whatever the amount of money you make, you know, if something happened, like what, they're gonna put the money in the ground with you?
Yeah, exactly. It's not following you to the grave. And I also feel like martial arts, like when I retire from fighting, I feel like all the character building I've done in martial arts and all the skills I've developed for what it takes to make it to the UFC, I can also build a business after. Whether it's opening my own gym or another Tristar or anything, I put my channel the same effort and commitment I did to make it in MMA, I can make it in business. I can make money.
Yeah, you make my interview really easy. Every question I have, you answer it even before.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. That's not my first rodeo.
It seems to be. So, okay, so from here, what's next for you?
For me, it's fighting again. I'm trying to fight. I'm hoping still to get on the January 20th card in UFC Toronto. If not, you know, another card, it would be great. Anything in the UFC, like, you know, I'm excited to fight again. I also heard yesterday that I think his name is David Shaw. He's like the representative of UFC in Canada. He was saying how next year in 2024 there should be 2 to 4 UFC events in Canada, which is incredible, which is really nice because normally they've been doing 1, maybe 2. So to go from maybe 2 to 4, be a lot of opportunities for Canadian fighters, which is great because like when I went pro in like my early 20s, at one point I think after my first professional fight, MMA got banned in Quebec.
Yep.
So for like 3 years I couldn't fight in Quebec and I didn't have enough experience for people to fly me out, right? Because my name wasn't valuable. I didn't have 5, 6, 7 fights, you know? So like now, UFC coming to Canada more often, it's good for like the next generation of MMA fighters from Canada, which is great.
Yeah, good news. You hear it from him.
Yeah.
Tell us about what was your toughest fight you had?
Toughest fight? I think it was my first fight in the UFC. Toughest fight. Yeah, 100% that was my toughest fight. I'll tell you why. Round 1 went really well. I ended up rocking my opponent. Round 2 was a little bit boring because I was stuck he had me in a double leg against the fence for like 3.5 minutes or 3 minutes and like 20 seconds. And when we finally separated, I ended up dropping him, man. And as he was going down, I hit him on an uppercut. It kind of woke him up, so we continued. I finished like on top of him. But the reason why it was tough is because when we came out in round 3, in my mind was like, this guy's cooked. I have him cooked. But on the first exchange of round 3, he defended by flaring his fingers. So his fingers jammed into my eyes and I didn't stop, but I could no longer see out of my right eye. And the adrenaline kept my eye open, but I could no longer see, so like I couldn't tell the depth. And if you watch that fight, okay, you realize that I stopped moving my feet. Like in round 1 and round 2, I'm like always like moving my feet and I'm like trying to be slick and defensive. And in round 3, I just stopped moving because I could no longer see how far he was or where he was going. So I planted my feet and I'm like, I'm just gonna brace and take shots and exchange with him as long as I kind of know where he is, because I was like seeing like 3, 4 of him and you can hear Ferrier yelling from the corner, hey man, you're in the hot spot. The hot spot means like I'm in the like too close, we're in the danger zone. He's screaming, you're in the hot spot, get out of there, move your feet. But I couldn't communicate to Ferrier that I can't see, and I was worried that if I move too much and I dance around and he takes an angle and I really don't know where he is, I get hit with a shot. And sometimes, you know, like, it's a shot that you don't see that puts you out, not the one that you can brace for. As long as you can kind of brace for it, you might be able to take it, you know?
It hurt, but you take it.
Yeah, it was hurt, and I think that was the fight I've gotten the most, I've taken the most shots.
Yeah.
It was from that fight, and it's because I could no longer see. And then at one point he picks me up in a double leg and I'm like, man, I'm not going down. I cartwheel out of it and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna finish the fight hard. And I ended up finishing the fight as hard as I could. And that was my toughest fight because I had to fight through a lot of adversity in the fight.
Oh, but that bring you a hell of experience.
Yeah, it was a crazy experience for me, and like, thank God I haven't been poked since then. But now I have a lot more respect for when guys, they get poked in the fight and they take their 5 minutes. I regret not taking my 5 minutes.
Ah, yeah, true.
I should have stopped, but in my head I was very arrogant. I was like 6-0 or 7-0, I can't remember exactly. And I was like, you know what, doesn't matter, I'm gonna go through, and then, my vision is going. I was like, oh shit, now it's too late to ask for the time.
Yeah,
you know? I didn't think of it at the time, but now I know with experience.
And what was your best fight that you liked?
My favorite fight of mine is when I came back after 2 losses. Because when I lost by KO in New York City, it was my first fight in the US, and I thought I was on my way to win a decision, and again, I was too arrogant. And I thought I'd give him one more punch and then I'd finish him. And when I was gonna go throw that one punch, he surprised me with a spinning elbow and I was flat out. And then the fight after that, I thought I was ready to go back in and I thought I had the same courage and mentality. But when the bell rang, I realized, oh man, I'm not as confident as I once was. So I won the first round. And then the second round, I thought I did enough, but the judges didn't give it to me, even though I still think I won the first 2 rounds. And in the third round, I was so worried about getting knocked out. I was like, you know what, just take the win and just ride on your bike, relax. You won the first 2 rounds, don't push it. And I regret that so much. Like, I regret that more than getting knocked out in the cage. And then it was killing me because now, after losing 2 in a row, nobody was picking me to win. Even Canadian journalists, it doesn't matter who it was, they're all picking against me, but I knew that I could do it. I just was a shell of myself. And I was reading a lot of books, and I found this one phrase that says, I love the pain will set me free. And then I'm switching it to, I love the fear will set me free. And when you really accept that in the end, you do your best, win or lose, as long as you go up and you show courage, everyone will respect that, you know? Then I came out and I ended up knocking Draco out in the first round. And it was really cool because he missed weight by 5 pounds, and Sean Shelby offered me a new contract, and he gave me out more money than I was supposed to make. So I made more money because I won, and I got my fight show, my win bonus, and they gave me the $50,000 fight of the night, knockout on that performance of the night. So like, I got so much money that night, it was incredible. So like, that for me is the
a triple win.
And also like, I had bought a house 2 weeks before, so it was like, everything was happening together. Like, I rolled the dice, man. Listen, you gotta take a chance in life, okay?
Okay, bring me to one question you said. So, are you a guy who read a lot?
I read a lot, yeah. I read a lot. Now, I do more audiobooks because it's easier. You're in the car, you can put your books on and whatever, but it's very important to always be gaining in knowledge, right? Because, you know, like, it's a funny thing, knowledge, you know, because as you get older, you realize a lot of the people that you put on a pedestal, they weren't as great as you imagined because they've stopped learning. You know, so like they teach you so much that at a certain point that you're passing them. It's not bad that you're passing them. It's good that you're passing them. But see, like for us, a great example. For us, never stops. He's always adding to his plate. He's always learning more. GSP, same thing. A lot of the guys here, we have that mentality that you have to get 1% better for life, not for until you're 25. A lot of people they max out at 25, max out at 30, and then they're the same guy until they die. You know, so it's always about evolving and getting better because you don't want to be limited to where you are because no one's like the life continues. So I'm always trying to keep myself educated and things like that.
So, can you tell us what is like a week of Aiemann Zahabi training and with the family? What, like if we start from the Monday to the Sunday, what it is?
Well, every morning I wake up with the wife and the kids, and I bring the kids to school, and then I come here to train. I train twice a day, usually every day, except for Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday, usually I do my sessions back to back, and Saturday I only do 1 session. And every day I do either striking in the morning and jiu-jitsu at night, or jiu-jitsu wrestling, or vice versa. Like I'll do jiu-jitsu in the morning and then striking at night. And 3 times a week I do my conditioning. So that's basically like how it works out through the week. And then I usually have my cheat meal either on Friday night or Saturday night, you know, because I'm trying to eat clean, not perfect, but I eat clean. And then when I have a fight, I eat super, super clean, and I don't have a cheat meal every week. If I have a fight, I have a cheat meal like once every few weeks.
So that would be the week. Do you take one day off?
Sunday. Sunday is family day. Don't call me, don't look for me on Sunday, man.
Do you put your phone off?
No, I don't put it off, you know, because in case there's an emergency, somebody needs me. I'm still there for the team, guys. I'm still there. Family, friends, I'm there. But it's just mostly family that day.
That's a good thing, yeah. You need that. The family need you.
Yeah.
You need them. It's perfect. So you put, how you say that, to be équilibre.
Yeah, I put value in both.
Yeah, there you
my
go.
career and in my family. You know, like you can't neglect your wife and kids, man. You know, you don't want any problems at home because it's not easy after because they're gonna grow up and remember. So I want my kids to know even when they grow up and they think back, if they can't remember specific moments only, but they have the general idea of, yeah, Dad was always there. You know.
So important, man.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. So okay, it brings me to those 10 questions I like to ask. So what would be your best striking technique you like to do?
Well, I like to do like in a fight.
Yeah.
Cross. Right cross, man. You know me, man. It's my favorite takedown. It's my favorite finish. It's a right cross, man. I've had a lot of success in my life with my right hand, and for me, it's my favorite.
Yeah, because you have a really good footwork, so it's...
Yeah, I have a good one. It's just setups for it. I have a few setups for it, yeah.
There you go. And what would be the worst striking technique you don't like to get caught with?
I don't like to get caught with? The one thing I hate is when people push kick you in the face, especially in training. I can't stand it. But yes, it's probably my least favorite thing to happen to me.
Oh yeah, I know. It's a pain, man.
Yeah.
What would be your best jiu-jitsu submission you like to do?
My best submission is probably rear naked choke, probably. Yeah.
Put people to sleep.
Put people to sleep, man. Yeah.
And what would be the worst one?
Like what people catch me in?
Yeah.
Oh man, right now there's a heel hook phase. It still hasn't gone away. These guys, man, like the sport jiu-jitsu guys, heel hooks is pretty hard to get out of.
I know, man. What would be the best exercise you like to do so it maintain your physique and keep you fit for your martial art career?
Yeah, I like to. Obviously, I work on my legs a lot. You know, like I do a lot of squats, single leg squats, regular squats, Bulgarian squats. I think anything to do to build your legs, because your legs are like the engine of the car. If your legs leave you in the fight, the rest is gone. Like there's no defending submissions, there's no defending strikes. You need your motor, man. You need those legs. So me, I focus a lot of my training on working my legs. Yeah.
What is your favorite meal you like to eat?
My favorite meal, steak. I love steak, man. Oh man, I love steak. A nice good rib steak, man, anywhere would be beautiful. That's my favorite food.
A real martial art, man. Mostly all my content I did with martial art fighter, even jiu-jitsu, they all say red meat.
Red meat's the best, king. I wish I could eat it every day.
I love it.
Yeah.
What would be your pre-workout meal?
Depends, like if I'm, for the morning sessions, my breakfast is either oatmeal or like eggs and toast. Very simple for breakfast. For lunch and dinner, super simple too. Like it's basically protein, chicken, fish, steak, side of vegetables, and some kind of carbs, pasta or rice or potatoes, whichever. I prefer the potatoes, but I keep it super simple.
And what would be your post meal after training?
I usually eat carbs, man.
Carbs, huh?
Yeah, I always eat carbs after training. I spent them all. I spent everything I had.
Yeah. So bring the energy back in.
Bring it, pump it in for tomorrow, man.
There you go. Yeah. What would be the best gym you like to train in?
That I haven't trained in, or that I have?
No, that you have. Like.
Tristar is obviously my favorite gym, for sure. I mean, I train here more than anywhere else in the world. But you know, I love to train with John Danaher. Like, I've done so many drives. Montreal, New York. Well, obviously now he's not in New York. But yeah. I mean, when he was in New York in the Blue Basement, the Hanzo Gracie Academy, there was one fight camp. I think it was against Vince Morales. I went 17 weeks in a row to New York.
And then the last question would be, where's your favorite place you like to travel?
Me, you know, I have been a lot of places. There's a lot of places I still want to go. Like right now on my bucket list, I would love to visit the Arab world. I'd like to go to Abu Dhabi or Dubai. And I know there's some gyms out there too. So I'm hoping that if I do get to go, I would love to teach like some seminars out there and see what the gyms are like and whatever, and also vacation and see what they have over there. You know, a lot of people are going there now for vacation. It's something I'm really interested in going to do.
You know, you have a friend who just opened his gym over there in Dubai.
Who's in Nordin?
Nordin.
Yeah, Nordin has one. That's what I'm saying. It's coming now,
Yeah,
there, right?
the TNT.
TNT, man. I'm gonna come visit you.
Yeah, you'll see it soon because I spoke with Nordin, and eventually after my road trip in the States, I'll go and see him in Europe and Dubai. And
I'm telling you, man, I'm excited to go to that side of the world too. You know, it's developing really well, and hopefully by the time we get there, Nordin's gonna be all set up and running.
yeah. All right, so let me tell you the secret. The secret is work ethic. With work ethic, it's the key to success. Boom. All right, guys, if you did like that video, please subscribe, like, comment, and also you could share.